Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Social Grace Co. My name is Christopher Macken, and I love being a host at Social Grace Co. because of the fact that I get to bring you products and brands like this. ZenBarn Farms is really where it's at when you talk about sustainably grown hemp and a natural way to approach all of the things we kind of go through. I think it's kind of perfect that we're talking about this on a Monday because, after a Monday, you want to kind of woosah it off. You want to relax a little bit. And this is the perfect way to do this. We're talking all about stress relief and relaxation. Again, my name is Christopher Macken, and you can always find me on Instagram. I love to connect with each and every one of you, so look me up there at The Real Macken. So, social media just brings us a little bit closer together. Before we go too much further into the show, I have a very special guest who I haven't done a show with in a few weeks now, and so I'm very excited to be welcoming her back. She is such a wealth of knowledge on all things CBD and lifestyle and how we can have that holistic health approach. Please welcome back my friend, Maia Powell. Maia, are you with us?
I am. Hey, good to see you again, Chris.
Hi. It's been so long, girl. I mean, I was used to, we were doing shows back to back, and you were with me in New York, and we took a little bit of a few weeks break. So I'm glad to be able to share the screen with you a little bit. Instead of me telling everyone about you, I kind of want you to do it too. So you go ahead and let everyone know exactly why you are just that go-to gal when it comes to the knowledge that we're all looking for, especially when it comes to CBD.
Absolutely. So I've been working with ZenBarn Farms for a little over a year now. And what I'm so impressed by is that this is a brand that's not only family owned and operated, this is a brand that is really dedicated to sustainability in hemp farming. And we're able to bring you at ZenBarn Farms high quality and highly effective CBD products that are going to help you treat a number of different issues from sleeplessness to anxiety to pain relief, which is a really big thing, especially for me. And that's kind of why I fell in love with ZenBarn Farms was for their Wolf Balm product that we're going to get to in just a little bit. But beyond that, ZenBarn Farms, we're based here in Vermont, and we are also a really socially motivated company. And so each and every month, we give back to different social and environmental causes that we care about. We've been giving back to the Loveland Foundation and the Waterbury Anti-Racism Coalition these days. So I love that you're getting a chance to shop for high quality CBD while also giving back at the same time.
Well, listen, you kind of said it all right then. So I was glad that you were able to put it in there. You mentioned Wolf Balm, and we will get to that in just a little bit. It has changed the way I think about my pre-workout and my post-workout. It is just an excellent way to relieve muscle aches and tension. But what I didn't know, and you taught me this, is it's also great for a pre-workout warm-up. And so I can't wait for us to dive into that in just a little bit. Before we do, I want everyone to know this is a shopping show. So not only is Social Grace Co. bringing you fabulous products and fabulous people like Maia, we're also giving you the option of being able to shop this show. Everything in this show from ZenBarn Farms is available to you. If you're watching from Facebook or from YouTube, just go to the description of the show and you'll see a link that will take you over to the ZenBarn Farms page where you can shop this show. And if you happen to be joining us on our website, socialgraceco.com, and you're watching from there, thank you for joining us. You're already there. Happy shopping. So with that being said, you can also all communicate with Maia and I. It's very simple. If you're watching from a social media platform, just pop a comment into the comment section. If you have a question for Maia or for myself, how to use a product, I can promise you, if you're wanting to know the answer, someone else out there is wanting to know the answer too. So don't be shy. Just pop a question into the comment section and Maia will be able to answer it for you while we are live. So with that being said, I think that we just kind of covered everything. Maia, I want to kind of dive in. The first product that we're going to be talking about today is the Daily Salve. So the Daily Salve is only $45, and this is 600 milligrams. I've got my own jar right here. This is such an amazing product because it's silky smooth, goes onto the skin beautifully, and leaves the skin feeling very, very hydrated to the point that, guess what, Maia? I even put it on my lips instead of a chapstick.
Okay, great point. I love it as a chapstick. This is truly your head to toe CBD salve. You are using this on the face, the lips, the cuticles, the cracked, dry feet. And any dry patches, literally from head to toe, this has you covered. One of the reasons it's such a superior moisturizer and such an incredible way to treat those aches and pains is because you are getting a 2-ounce jar that has 600 milligrams of CBD right inside. This is all sustainably farmed CBD that's in here and made with natural ingredients. That CBD is great for those of you who maybe have inflamed skin. Think about those summer bug bites. Think about those sunburns. This is going to be an ideal way to treat those skin conditions while providing you with total body pain relief. It has a really nice light fragrance as well. It's a little bit minty, a little bit of that herbal rosemary scent comes through. So I love that it's nothing overpowering because I personally like to do a little bit of perfume or cologne. This mixes really well. It is a salve consistency. So if you've never tried that before, it's a little bit thicker than a body butter. But once you smooth this into the skin, you instantly get deep hydration from the castor oil, the sunflower oil that's in here, a little bit of that peppermint that we talked about. And again, it just soaks right in and gives you that beautiful hydrated skin while giving you pain relief at the same time. I've been trying to get better at doing manicures. I think I'm getting like a little bit better. This is my favorite product to put on my hands and my cuticles overnight when I'm doing a manicure or a pedicure because it just leaves your skin looking and feeling baby soft. So if you're somebody that has sensitive skin, you're somebody that's saying, you know what, I'm just generally kind of achy, or you're saying, hey, I just want something I can use from head to toe. I know that's my husband. He just wants like one product that he can use everywhere. This is for you.
Keep it simple, right? I mean, keep it simple. The Daily Salve is really, truly one of my favorite products out of the ZenBarn Farms arsenal. And the reason for that is because I can use it in so many different ways. I travel a lot, Maya. You know that. You're a friend of mine. I'm on planes, trains, and automobiles. And there's something about an airplane travel that makes my hands very dry. I don't know what it is, especially maybe it's all the hand sanitizer that you use going through airports and things like that. But I can just throw this in my bag. I rub it into my hands. It's non-greasy. My phone screen isn't greasy. It soaks in and it really gives me that incredible relief. But you mentioned something and I've got to go back to it. Did you say bug bites?
Yes, I did. And that is on top of mind for me right now because I was just camping in Maine. And you guys, not only did I get a sunburn, I counted 25 bug bites over the course of 2 days.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you. I mean, like, one of the reasons it works so well is CBD is anti-inflammatory. And so whenever you get a, of course, you have that red bump. That's an inflammatory reaction that your body is having to that bug bite. So when you smooth this on, you get instant relief and you get long-lasting relief as well.
So something that I found out earlier that I learned through my CBD journey, and you know this, I've talked to you very openly about this. I was kind of CBD dumb. I just didn't know a lot about it. Thank goodness I have a friend like you who's so knowledgeable on it. But I didn't understand what the difference in the CBD I would see at the grocery store and then CBD that is from ZenBarn Farms, the quality, the attention to detail, and the sustainability of the way that they harvest their hemp. Everything that goes into it. Someone said a long time ago that you don't have to get high to get help. So the CBD, if you're one of those people who were like me and used to go, oh no, CBD, I want to stay away from it. It's not right. Dispel everything that you think about it. It's just the most natural of things. Did you even know, I learned this recently. We all get CBD naturally. And I have a hard time with the word endocannabinoid system.
Got it.
But the first time that you get it is naturally in breast milk.
Isn't that okay? That is so wild. I'm glad you brought that up because it's CBD that is in the or not CBD, but there's endocannabinoids in breast milk. It's one of the most natural substances. It's one of the most health promoting substances out there, in my opinion, because it just has so many applications. And really what CBD stands for is You know when you like
Easy for
are
you to say, Maya.
I just had like, one of those like freeze up moments where you're like about to say a word and then you're like, I'm about to botch this. Don't.
Maybe you need some CBD.
It's short for cannabidiol, which is an endocannabinoid, of which there are many endocannabinoids in the hemp plant. You have a whole entire endocannabinoid system in your body naturally already. So what happens is when CBD, short for cannabidiol, gets into your bloodstream, it immediately goes to work and brings your body back to homeostasis. So if it's pain that you're in, if it's anxiety that you're having, the CBD is really just going to help bring you back to that balanced state. And it is totally non psychoactive. It is legal in all 50 states. So it's truly such an incredible compound that, again, is totally natural. So that's another reason we love the Daily Salve. We love all of the product lines from ZenBarn Farms, because these are natural solutions for all of those issues you might be encountering. This is farmed sustainably from seed to sale. ZenBarn actually even is a restaurant in town here in Waterbury. So all of the compost scraps that they use for farming the plants comes from their restaurant. So it's really a cool system that we have here going on, and everything's third party tested. So you never have to worry about anything icky in the products. It's all really, really
That's
safe.
important.
Yeah.
I want to stop and like pause for 2 seconds and point out something. And I'm going to see if the producer can pull up my close-up camera over here for just a second, because I want to point out ZenBarn is not just about tinctures or topicals. Do you see all these jars here? These are full with natural CBD flowers. So this is the raw state of the CBD. I'm going to pull one out so that you can see. And you can also get these. So this is non-psychoactive. This is a way that you can get that CBD in that not normal, what am I talking about? Natural form.
Yes.
And that link that's in the post, you can pick up the flowers there too. So we'll keep the flowers for another show, but I did just want to point out ZenBarn really is all encompassing when it comes to bringing you that premium product in a way that you want to get it. So just had to give ZenBarn a quick little shout out on that. So, okay, want to go on to the next product really quick. This is, I mentioned it earlier, Maya mentioned it, this is the Wolf Balm. This is $40. It is a hefty jar. So all of these products are super concentrated, in my opinion. I mean, they last a long time. I think it's a bad business model because you don't go through it so fast, which is it's really great. The reason I fell in love with this before Maya takes over, I love getting out in the morning. My husband and I it's not uncommon for us to do 5 to 10 mile power walks. Yes, I power walk because I'm getting older. Don't laugh at me. In the mornings. And that does mean sometimes my legs are achy or my feet ache. I'm very tall, so sometimes I have lower back problems. And I was taking so much NSAIDs and ibuprofen that it can't be good for me. And I really wanted a natural approach to pain relief and tension relief. This little jar packs a mean punch. This is what it's all about for me. So Maya, do me a favor, walk us through Wolf Balm and all the different ways that it can help us.
All right. That was a great introduction, Christopher. And I have to say, this is the same reason that I fell in love with Wolf Balm. It is an incredible, potent topical pain reliever. So I just want to illustrate the difference really quickly here between what you're seeing now and what you just saw. So the Wolf Balm is 1 ounce, the 1 ounce jar with 500 milligrams of CBD in it. The Daily Salve, on the other hand, 2 ounces with 600 milligrams. So as you can see, smaller jar, but a way higher concentration of CBD inside. This is a targeted topical. So what that means is you're going to slather this on to those achy joints. Maybe you have achy knees after you go running, or maybe you're like me and you have chronic pain from a neck or back issue. This is perfect for you. And what you'll love is that while it does have that ultra concentrated 500 milligrams of CBD in that 1 ounce size, it also has a heating and cooling effect that's going to give you instant relief. So you slather this on. I mean, you really only need a small amount. You can see how My finger is just a little shiny there. I literally just dipped it in. I'm going to apply it to my problem area, which is my neck. And I'm instantly feeling this cooling sensation all the way down my neck where I've applied. That's going to be followed by a heating sensation. And by the time I get to the end of that heating sensation, I'm going to start to feel that relaxation from the CBD itself. So this is my number one most recommended product for those of you who have chronic pain, for those of you who have arthritis. Maybe you're a runner and you just constantly are having issues with your feet or your knees or your lower back. This is going to be your new best friend. You get out of the shower, you put a little bit of this onto those sore areas, and the next day you're waking up feeling good as new, and it is natural. So you're not relying on those over-the-counter pain relievers that Christopher was talking about. I used to do the same thing. I probably took out of 30 days a month, I would be taking pain relievers 12 days out of the month for headaches caused by the chronic pain issue that I have in my neck. With Wolf Balm, I'm down to maybe like 2 days a week or 2 days a month, where I even need to take a pain reliever. So this is truly a game changer. It does have a little bit of a fragrance to it. It's a tea tree, a little bit of cinnamon. You've got some eucalyptus in here as well. So it's light, it's botanical. And what I will say is the only thing you don't want to do with this, because I think it's important to know that what you want to do is slather it on those areas of pain. What you don't want to do is apply this on skin right after getting out of a super hot tub. So if you like to soak your sore muscles, just wait a little bit before you put this on, about 10 minutes, because if your pores are really open, this does have camphor and menthol in it, which gives it that cooling sensation. So you just want to make sure your skin is nice and dry before applying it. Otherwise, it's going to be, too hot and too cold, if that makes sense.
That's a really good point. I'm glad that you brought that up, actually. Can I tell you an embarrassing story about how Wolf Balm saved me recently?
Yep.
I don't mind telling everybody this. I'm close to 40, and there are things that I cannot do anymore like I did when I was in my 20s. And one of those things is, I'm an uncle to a niece and 2 young nephews. And when you are my height, you are basically a walking jungle gym to them,
Right.
and listen, I'm throwing them and we're swinging and all that kind of stuff. By the end of the day, my lower back had it. I realized I made a mistake. This was not a good idea, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I broke out the heating pad, and I put a little bit of this just on the base of my back, fell asleep, woke up the next day, and forgot I even had a back issue. But I got out of bed, started my day like normal, and then it was probably an hour into my morning that I went, oh, wait, oh, I feel good. It was really incredible that I could get that kind of relief. And again, without having to wait 30 to 45 minutes for an oral medicine to kick in, or without, getting the feeling that, oh my gosh, have I taken too much Advil? Is this not very good, on my system?
Mm-hmm.
This is just, for me, there's also a peace of mind in knowing I can reach in the drawer, I can grab my Wolf Balm, and I can correct all of those issues like that, and for only $40. Again, everyone, if you're just now joining us, I want to remind you that Social Grace Co. is not just a show that we're going to be telling you about things and then you have to go and try to find them. We're bringing them to your fingertips and your smartphones. So if you're watching from Facebook or from YouTube, just go up there to the description of the post and click on that link, and it will take you over to our secure website at socialgraceco.com, where you can shop through everything that we're talking about in today's show and much, much more. This is Maia Powell, folks. She's one of my favorite people. I think that she is absolutely one of the most go-to knowledgeable people when it comes to lifestyle, how we live our life in the best possible way. And so, of course, bringing her in with ZenBarn Farms to really give us the ins and outs and the knowledge so that we can make a really smart choice for ourselves. Today just had to be the day. The next thing that we're going to talk about, Maia, this has changed my life in a different way. The tinctures. So I didn't know what a tincture was. I'll admit to the things I don't know until I started learning about CBD. And this was another one of those things where I was like, oh no, I don't think I want to do that. Because you know what I didn't realize, Maia? You don't know. Sometimes we have not felt well for so long that it starts to feel normal.
Yeah. And that's
And that was my issue. The minor pains, the lack of sleep. I had just resigned to the fact that maybe 4 or 5 hours a night was just normal for me. And it wasn't very good sleep. I tossed, I turned, I really couldn't relax. And then I didn't even realize how bad my anxiety was until I started using the ZenBarn Farms tinctures. And I realized, oh my gosh, this is what rested feels like. This is what not being anxious feels like. There's 3 different flavors for you to choose from here before we head over to Maya and let her kind of give us the ins and outs of what a tincture is. We have the apple cinnamon, we also have the natural, and we have the mocha mint. I love the mocha mint in my coffee.
me too.
So good. And I love the apple cinnamon in my tea. Um, this is my go-to. I feel a little anxiety coming on, or if I just know that I need to get a good night's rest, I reach for my tinctures. And for only $75, this jar is going to last you a very long time. It's a lifesaver. Maya, take it away.
So these are what we call our daily Zen tinctures. They are a 1,500 milligram tincture, which is an edible format that you can take your CBD in. This particular tincture is made with an MCT oil, which means it absorbs really fast into your bloodstream. So this MCT oil formula is of course flavored with 3 different flavor options, all totally natural, using our sustainable hemp, of course, for that CBD. So we have the apple cinnamon, the mocha mint, and the natural, as Christopher said. And there's actually a pretty cool story behind these flavors, because these flavors were kind of the reason to be for ZenBarn Farms. So at the ZenBarn restaurant, which is actually just down the street here from me in Waterbury, Vermont, as soon as CBD and hemp became federally legal, the ZenBarn restaurants started offering these really cool CBD cocktails and food infusions, different hot sauces with CBD. And everybody that came into the restaurant was like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so delicious. I've never had CBD that actually tasted good. What are you guys doing here? I need more of this in my life. And they were like, okay, we're going to create CBD tinctures that actually taste good. Because if you've ever tried CBD, you know, oftentimes the tinctures are, they don't taste amazing. These tinctures, on the other hand, are just as tasty as they are effective. Again, 1,500 milligrams of CBD inside with your choice of delicious flavor. The apple cinnamon is basically like a slice of Vermont apple pie. Absolutely delicious. The mocha mint has this perfect balance of that mocha cocoa flavor with a little bit of mint. Again, perfect in a chocolatey peanut butter smoothie or a latte. You also have the natural. So for those of you who are purists and you just want that really pure, clean, hempy taste, the natural is for you. Now, to take these tinctures, you simply fill up the dropper halfway, put it under your tongue, and that's going to be a 25 milligram dose of CBD. That's where I recommend most of you start. And based on how you feel with that dosage, you can always bump it up a little bit, take it down a bit. For me, I take about 50 milligrams, so a whole dropper twice a day. That's what works for me. It helps with my anxiety. It helps me sleep better through the night. It helps with those aches and pains that I have from my chronic pain in my neck. I'm a big hiker, so I always take this after a big hike, and it really helps me with recovery. This is really that all-purpose solution for whatever might be ailing you, whether it is that sleepless night, maybe you have performance anxiety, you're back at the office, and you're presenting in front of real people again, and it's freaking you out. Try a little bit of this and see how it helps you get back to that balanced state that we've been talking about throughout the show. This is, by the way, also a full spectrum product. So I just want to shout out to those of you who have maybe tried CBD and you said, okay, it didn't work. I didn't feel anything. You may have had an isolate, which typically I find does not work as well. The full spectrum means you have a full spectrum of different cannabinoids working together in harmony, which is, by the way, how they work best to deliver that CBD dose in the best way possible. it is totally non-psychoactive, but again, it does have that other those other cannabinoids inside to create that harmonious effect that makes CBD work its best.
You know what I really love the most about CBD, to be honest with you, is I've never, even though I've always had trouble sleeping. Natalie Barr says the apple cinnamon is great for baking. Okay, y'all are making me hungry right now. Like
Put it in my oatmeal.
I'm starving. I'm going to leave here and go find a bakery here in New York. This is the thing I love so much about CBD, is that, truth be told, I mean, I was afraid to take a product that was going to make me sleepy. I didn't want to take something that was going to knock me out. That is just, you hear all these horror stories of these sleeping medications with sleepwalking and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I live in a skyrise. I don't want to sleepwalk in a skyrise. That's the last place you want to sleepwalk, to find yourself out on the balcony. But the thing I love about CBD, I can have a regular evening, take my CBD, keep watching television, enjoy my evening. And when I finally decide that I want to go to sleep, I just drift into the most deep relaxation and slumber. I don't have any negative side effects when it comes to dreams or anything like that. This really is the answer that I have been looking for so long, and I didn't even think about it. Okay, listen, you with the food now. What's going on with the food? You're making me hungry. We're talking about muffins and everything, everything else. But look, this is just another way take a look at the comments. This is another way that people are realizing that they can have fun and at the same time get that incredible relief that I think so many of us probably really want.
Absolutely. And I love your point about this, not making you feel drowsy, not making you feel groggy, because that's absolutely right. CBD is all about bringing you that feeling of balance and restoration. And so it's not something that when you take it, you're going to be totally knocked out or anything like that. It really just does promote that feeling of balance and calm that I think so many of us are after. Just a fun little aside, I'm not a big drinker. And one thing that I love CBD for is mocktails. So if I'm out with friends or having people over, I'll make a CBD mocktail with some, ginger beer, put a little bit of apple cinnamon and lime into the drink. And it's just a great way to kind of still have a social lubricant, but again, not be knocked out or not be intoxicated whatsoever.
That is genius. And I don't think I have ever thought about it. I love anything with ginger beer in it, by the way. And mocktails during the summer, something crisp, something nice, but also something that can kind of help you just relax and mellow out a little bit. I mean, after all, it's Monday, people. We all need it. We all need some CBD. If you're just now joining us, thank you so much. Please make sure you go back and watch this show. This was chock full of a lot of information, and you can always find out all the information that you need on all of these products and much more at socialgraceco.com. Please, 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 thank you, Maia, for joining us and just really kind of sharing your time and your wisdom about ZenBarn Farms. I think it's just so important to really get out there and let people know there's help and it's delicious.
There's help and it's delicious and it's totally safe and lab tested. So yeah, thank you for having me. And I really appreciate getting to share the knowledge with all of you.
You're the best, girl. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, my friend.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you all so very much for tuning in today. I really love sharing knowledge about CBD as much as I can because I was one of those people who I didn't know. I just had no clue. And to be honest with you, I was kind of afraid to ask. I don't know why, because I'm a grown man and I should be able to ask the questions. But sometimes we don't want to ask questions for fear of looking like we should have already known the answer. Well, guess what? That's what Social Grace Co. is here for. We're bringing you all of these brands that are locally owned, American made, and sustainable. They're helping the environment and the world around us at the same time, giving ourselves a little pep in our step too. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure that you tune back in all of this week. We've got a very special show live from our studio right here in Manhattan. Thank you again, everyone, for shopping with us, and come on back and see us this week. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everyone.